The city of Lahore buzzed with its usual morning chaos. Rickshaws honked, vendors shouted, and school buses lined the crowded roads. Amid that noise, a young woman named Zara Ahmed stood silently on her apartment balcony, staring at the rising sun. She was 25, holding a cup of tea, her mind heavy with thoughts. Today was supposed to be her big day, her first interview after 6 months of unemployment. But instead of excitement, she felt fear. Fear of failing again. Fear of rejection. Fear of being told she wasn't good enough. Her mother called from the kitchen, "Zara, you'll be late again." "Coming, Amy," Zara replied, forcing a smile. Zara had graduated in computer science with high hopes. But job after job slipped through her fingers. Some said she lacked experience, others said she lacked confidence. The truth was, Zara lacked only one thing: belief in herself. Her father had passed away when she was 16. Since then, her mother had worked tirelessly as a teacher to keep the house running. "You can be anything, my daughter," she always told her. Zara believed it once. But the world had taught her otherwise. At the interview, she sat nervously across from a panel of 3 managers. "Tell us why we should hire you," one asked. Her hands shook. She stuttered through her words. When she left the room, she knew she had failed again. The rejection email came the next day. She read it without tears this time. She was used to it. But that night, something changed. As she lay awake staring at the ceiling, a thought struck her: what if I stop waiting for someone to hire me? The next morning, she opened her old laptop. It was slow, dusty, and half broken. But it still worked. She searched for "how to start freelancing." Thousands of results appeared. She clicked one video and began learning. She watched tutorials, took notes, and practiced design and coding skills online. Her mother often found her awake past midnight, eyes glued to the screen. "You should rest," her mother would say. "I will, Amy," Zara replied, "after I build something worth waking up for." Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Zara kept improving. Her first freelance job paid her only 10, designing a logo for a bakery. She spent 3 days perfecting it. When she got paid, she couldn't stop smiling. "It's not much," she told her mother, "but it's a start." Her mother hugged her. Even mountains start as dust. Slowly, she built a small online portfolio. Clients began noticing her work. One day, an American startup reached out. "We like your style. Can you design our app interface?" Zara's heart skipped a beat. It was her biggest project yet. She accepted. For 2 weeks, she worked 14-hour days, fueled by tea and determination. The final product impressed the client so much they offered her a contract. It was worth $1,500, more than her mother earned in 3 months. Zara cried when she received the payment confirmation. "Amy," she said, holding her mother's hands, "we did it." That success lit a fire in her heart. She realized she didn't need permission to succeed. She just needed persistence. Every rejection she had faced suddenly made sense. They weren't walls, they were signs, pointing her toward independence. She began mentoring other girls online, especially those from small towns. "Don't wait for the world to recognize you," she told them. "Prove your worth through your work." Her small social media page, Code with Zara, started gaining followers. People loved her honesty and kindness. Within a year, she had thousands of supporters. But life isn't kind forever. Just as her freelance career began to soar, her laptop broke completely. She panicked. Without it, she couldn't work. Her mother offered to take a loan. Zara refused. "We've struggled enough, Amy," she said. "I'll find a way." For 3 weeks, she borrowed an old PC from a neighbor to finish her projects. She worked through power cuts, slow Wi-Fi, and endless frustration. But she didn't give up. When she finally saved enough to buy a new laptop, she named it Phoenix. Because it rose from the ashes, she said with a smile. Her business grew rapidly after that. Clients began recommending her to others. She built websites, apps, and designs for people around the world. Every success brought new challenges, but also new courage. One evening, she received a message from a major software company. "We've seen your work," they wrote. "Would you like to join our global team as a UI/UX consultant?" Zara couldn't believe it. The same kind of company that once rejected her was now offering her a job. She smiled and typed, "Yes, I'd be honored." Her first day at the new job felt surreal. Her team members were from the US, Canada, and the UAE. She was nervous but confident. When she presented her first project, her manager said, "Brilliant work, Zara. You have a rare talent." She thanked him, but inside, she thanked her past self for never quitting. 2 years later, Zara became a senior designer. She earned enough to buy her mother a new house. On the day they moved in, her mother stood in the living room, tears in her eyes. "Your father would be so proud," she said softly. Zara hugged her tightly. "You were my strength, Amy. Always." Her story began spreading on social media. News outlets featured her journey. From rejection to recognition, the story of Zara Ahmed, one headline read. Girls from across Pakistan messaged her for guidance. She replied to each one patiently. "You already have what it takes," she told them. "You just need to believe it." But even success comes with moments of doubt. One night, she received a harsh message online. "You just got lucky," it said. "Not everyone has your privilege." Zara stared at it for a long time. Then she smiled. "Luck only works," she whispered, "when effort never stops." She deleted the comment and went back to work. Her resilience became legendary among her peers. When younger colleagues struggled, she mentored them with patience. "Don't let a bad day make you think you have a bad life," she'd say. Her positivity was contagious. Then came her biggest opportunity yet, a global tech conference in Singapore. Zara was invited to speak about her journey. She felt nervous again, just like her first interview years ago. But this time, fear had a different taste. It was the flavor of growth. On stage, she began, "5 years ago, I couldn't find a job. Today, I create them." The audience erupted in applause. She shared her message of resilience, reminding everyone that the hardest battles shape the strongest souls. When she returned home, she was greeted by local students at the airport. They held banners that read, "Zara, our inspiration." She couldn't stop smiling. She realized that her story wasn't just about success. It was about hope, the hope that ordinary people could do extraordinary things. Years passed. Zara started her own company, Bright Code Technologies. She hired young women from underprivileged backgrounds. "Talent is everywhere," she said, "but opportunity isn't. Let's fix that." Her company became one of the top women-led tech startups in Pakistan. Investors from around the world noticed. She was featured in Forbes Asia's 30 Under 30. But when asked about her proudest moment, she said, "It's when my mother stopped worrying about bills." One rainy night, Zara sat again on her balcony, just like the morning years ago when her story began. But this time, the fear was gone. She felt peace, the peace that comes after walking through storms. She thought of her younger self, the girl who almost gave up. "Thank you," she whispered to that version of her. "You held on." She often visited universities to speak to students. Success, she told them, isn't about never falling. It's about getting up every time you do. The students adored her warmth and humor. One asked, "Ma'am, what if people keep telling us we can't do it?" Zara smiled. "Then make sure they never forget the day you proved them wrong." Her legacy continued to grow. She established scholarships for girls in STEM. She built coding centers in rural areas. Her dream was no longer personal, it was shared. On her 35th birthday, she received an unexpected email from her old interviewer. "We're proud to see how far you've come," it said. "Would you like to partner with us?" Zara laughed softly. "Funny," she told her assistant, "they rejected me once. Now they want me as a partner. Will you accept?" the assistant asked. Zara smiled. "Of course. Because growth means forgiving the past." 10 years after starting her journey, Zara stood as one of the most influential women in tech. Yet she never forgot where she began, in a small apartment, with a broken laptop and a big dream. Her life became a reminder that limitations are only real if you accept them. On the anniversary of her company, she gave a heartfelt speech. "When I was lost," she said, "the world told me to give up. But faith told me to get up. Every no I heard only prepared me for my own yes." The audience gave her a standing ovation. Tears glistened in her eyes. "If I can rise," she continued, "so can you. Don't chase perfection, chase purpose." Years later, she wrote a book called Born to Begin Again. It became a global bestseller. Her words inspired millions. "You don't need to be fearless," she wrote. "You just need to move forward, even when afraid." Zara Ahmed became a symbol, not of success, but of resilience. She taught people that greatness isn't given, it's grown through struggle. Her story proved that failure is not the end, it's the beginning of reinvention. And whenever young dreamers lose faith, they still read her words, that no one can dim a light that burns from within.